They vanished 65 million years ago, or so we thought. But deep in jungles, lost valleys, and forgotten rivers, something else may be lurking. In this countdown, we're uncovering 10 real encounters where explorers claim to be attacked by creatures that shouldn't exist, from the least terrifying to the most chilling. And based on how real they just might be, these are the dinosaur attacks that time refused to bury. Number 10. Starting off this list is a bizarre report from the American frontier, one that sparked more questions than answers. In the late 1800s, somewhere in the dusty deserts of Texas, a group of cowboys allegedly encountered a flying creature unlike anything they had ever seen. With leathery wings, a long beak, and a wingspan wider than a wagon, it looked like a creature straight out of the Jurassic era, a pterosaur. According to local newspapers, the men shot the beast down and even posed with the carcass. For years, rumors swirled about a now-lost photograph, showing the cowboys standing over the winged corpse. Many claimed to have seen it. No one could ever produce it. Despite the widespread retellings, no solid evidence has ever surfaced. Most historians today believe it was either a hoax or a misidentification of a large bird. But the legend never truly died. It earns the number 10 spot because, while the story is iconic, it lacks credibility and detail. And the terror here lies more in the myth than the creature itself. Number 9. Next on the list is a chilling tale from the depths of the Amazon, where something ancient may still roam unseen. In the early 20th century, a group of South American explorers ventured deep into uncharted regions of the Amazon rainforest. According to the account, passed down in journals and secondhand retellings, they were moving through thick jungle when something massive lunged from the undergrowth. The creature was described as reptilian, at least 20 feet long, with powerful hind legs and a row of jagged spines down its back. Its ambush was swift, injuring one of the men and vanishing just as quickly as it appeared. The survivors, shaken and wounded, retreated and later dubbed the creature a jungle dragon. No photographs were taken, no body was recovered, and skeptics argue it could have been a giant lizard or exaggerated jungle myth. But for the men who made it out alive, it was no ordinary animal. This case ranks number 9 because although the encounter is terrifying, the details are vague and the source lacks documentation. It's unsettling, but its realism is fogged by time. Number 8. Our next case comes from a remote chain of islands, where something ancient may still rule the skies. In the dense jungles of Papua New Guinea, locals have long spoken of a night predator known as the ropin. Described as a giant, leathery-winged creature with a glowing tail, the ropin is said to soar silently above the canopy, and sometimes it attacks. Several missionaries in the 1990s and early 2000s claimed to witness the ropin firsthand. One report tells of a small boat being followed and then dived upon by a massive flying beast, its wingspan stretching over 15 feet, its screech echoing across the bay. The fishermen fled in panic, convinced they had encountered a demon of the forest. Modern expeditions to track the ropin have turned up strange eyewitness interviews and even aerial footage of large shadows over the trees. Some cryptozoologists believe it could be a misidentified bat or even a surviving species of Terasaur. This case earns the number 8 spot because, while numerous and consistent testimonies exist, physical evidence remains elusive, and the attacks, though frightening, are brief and rarely cause serious harm. Number 7. This next encounter comes from deep in Central Africa, where a legendary creature doesn't just fly, it strikes. Known as the Conga, this winged beast has haunted rivers and swamps in Zambia and Angola for generations. Its name means overturner of boats, and that's exactly what it's said to do. Colonial workers in the early 20th century began reporting terrifying encounters with a reddish, leathery creature that would dive from the sky and attack canoes. Survivors described large wounds, as if they'd been slashed by a blade, and even brought illustrations showing a creature almost identical to a pteranodon. British explorer Frank H. Melland documented local tribes' fear of the Conga motto in his 1923 writings, claiming that natives would flee at the mere mention of its name. Some miners even claimed to have shot at it when it swooped low over a camp. Though skeptics argue it could be a giant bat or stork, many believe the creature is something far older and far more dangerous. This case lands at number 7 because the attacks are violent, the descriptions consistent, and the fear very real. But without physical remains, its existence still hovers between legend and nightmare. Number 6. In 1976, during a mission over Papua New Guinea, American pilot Dwayne Hodgkinson and his passenger reported seeing something massive take off from a clearing. They described it as a giant bird, but with leathery wings, no feathers, and a head like a reptile. A dead ringer for a pterosaur. Hodgkinson, a World War II veteran trained in observation, insisted that what he saw was not a misidentification. Later, other pilots and local villagers came forward with similar stories. In some accounts, the creatures didn't just fly overhead, they dove close, circling aircraft, or terrifying people on the ground with loud screeches and sudden passes. The military never issued an official statement, but some researchers claim the jungle-covered valleys and volcanic ridges of the region may be hiding more than we realize. This case ranks number 6 because the sources are modern, credible, and consistent. And while the attacks weren't lethal, the threat from the skies felt all too real for those involved. Number 5. Now we enter the danger zone, where the creatures didn't just appear, they attacked with deadly force. In the heart of the Congo Basin, local tribes and missionaries have long spoken of a beast known as Amalan Tuka, or the killer of elephants. Described as a gray, four-legged creature with a powerful horn and a massive tail, it roams swampy regions and rivers, and it doesn't hesitate to strike. Multiple tribes describe it as territorial and aggressive, capable of charging without warning. Some even claim it has killed elephants by goring them through the belly, something no modern animal is known to do. In one chilling account, a missionary recorded that a member of his team was injured when their canoe was rammed from below by something huge. The group fled the area, convinced they had provoked something ancient and hostile. Some biologists believe the description resembles a surviving ceratopsian, like a triceratops. Others dismiss it as folklore mixed with sightings of hippos or rhinos. This case earns the number 5 spot because the attacks are physical, the behavior violent, and the consistency across tribal testimonies suggests something real, even if science hasn't caught it yet. Number 4. Our next case takes us to a remote lake in East Africa, where something ancient may still rule the depths. In Kenya's Great Rift Valley, near a volcanic crater lake, a group of missionaries and local guides were paddling across calm waters when something immense rose beneath them. According to their written account, the creature rammed their boat with such force that one man was thrown into the air. Another suffered deep gashes along his leg, wounds too clean to be from rocks or wood. The men described the creature as long-necked, smooth-skinned, and dark gray, with a head shaped like a snake and a body that never fully emerged from the water. It resembled nothing they had ever seen, except maybe, as one noted in his journal, a living plesiosaur. They managed to limp back to shore, shaken and bleeding. The injured man later developed a severe infection and nearly lost his leg. Locals said the lake had always been cursed. No one fished there, and no one stayed near it after dark. This case takes number 4 because it left physical injuries, multiple witnesses, and written records, all pointing to an aquatic predator straight out of deep time. Number 3. This next case is one of the strangest and bloodiest ever reported, and to this day, no one can prove it really happened, or that it didn't. In 1932, Swedish explorer John Johnson was traveling through the Kasai Valley in the Belgian Congo when something monstrous erupted from the jungle. As the story goes, Johnson watched in shock as a massive creature, towering over the trees with muscular hind legs and jagged teeth, charged out and attacked a fully grown hippo. He described it as a living Tyrannosaur, brownish-red skin, short forelimbs, and a head that looked almost reptilian with eyes that locked onto him next. Johnson claims he fled and barely escaped with his life. Later, another version of the tale included a supposed photograph, now lost, showing the creature's corpse. But no physical proof ever emerged, and many believe the story was exaggerated or fabricated entirely. Still, Johnson maintained his account until his death, and others in the region described similar beasts roaming the jungle. This case earns the number 3 spot because the level of violence is extreme, an apex predator taking down a hippo. And though the credibility is low, the sheer terror of the account makes it unforgettable. Number 2. Deep in the swamps of the Congo, there are places where even armed explorers refuse to go. And this is why. For over a century, tribes around Lake Tele have spoken of a massive, long-necked beast known as Mokele Mbembe, the one who stops the flow of rivers. Described as larger than an elephant, with a tail like a crocodile and a serpentine neck, this creature is feared as a violent guardian of its domain. Missionaries in the 1980s reported hearing first-hand accounts of canoes being capsized, fishermen dragged under, and entire expeditions chased back by something unseen. In one chilling case, a group of locals claimed a man was bitten in half trying to cross a sacred channel. His body never recovered. Multiple expeditions, including one led by biologist Roy Mackall, gathered dozens of consistent testimonies across different tribes who had never met, yet all drew nearly identical sketches of the creature. No bones, no photographs, just fear, stories, and the kind of silence that surrounds something real. This case takes the number 2 spot because of the sheer volume of credible, consistent, and terrifying reports, suggesting that whatever Mokele Mbembe is, it doesn't just exist, it defends itself. Number 1. At the top of our list is an encounter so violent, so precise, and so well documented that it forced even skeptics to take notice. In the 1920s, a British expedition was navigating a remote river system in the dense jungles of Borneo when they were attacked by something they couldn't explain. According to the official expedition logs, a large, dark creature lunged out from the vegetation, striking 2 men in seconds. One suffered a crushed shoulder, the other was dragged toward the river, screaming, before being rescued by gunfire. They described the attacker as something out of time, a land-dwelling reptilian beast with a long neck, thick tail, and powerful jaws. It moved like a predator. It attacked like one too. The team's physician documented the wounds. The journals include dates, coordinates, and sketches of the creature based on survivors' descriptions. Some even tried to mount a follow-up expedition, but local guides refused to return. To this day, no one knows what they encountered. This case earns the number 1 spot because it checks every box: a violent, unprovoked attack, detailed documentation, credible witnesses, and injuries that prove something was out there. If even one part of this is true, we're not alone in this time.